Sejuani, if you can start to harass down that Gragas, but Gragas very difficult to actually get damage on in the early game.
I feel like that game one, everything has kind of gone as expected in terms of what these teams have drafted. Koi, a very traditional composition, scaling mid laner, a very aggressive bot side of the map, a lane that they often like to play through, and Jigenda kind of just doing what he needs for the team.
This crowd cracks me up. There was
so
one
the
side,
Fnatic fans started chanting Fnatic,
yeah.
and then the other side of the crowd goes, "Where is Fnatic?"
Nothing special. They lose every week, guys. Okay.
You gotta love it.
What?
Oh, man.
The fans are not happy with you right now. Jack is in a position to cover, but a flash Q from Aurang could be all it takes.
How long is that Q from coming off cooldown? Use it to get into this, but Bush knows there's no Warden with Caps going forward, even though Larsen's low. There's nowhere for Caps to go. Does still have the flash, will hold on to it. Marang flash follows, though. Needs a slow here. One more auto would be enough. Permafrost. And down to an icy tomb for Caps.
He always does it, man. Malrang always does it. Level 3.
Back to the lane so much quicker. You can see Compony sitting on the Doran's blade, whereas this double longsword dagger has Caps caught out again in the mid lane. Chaos Storm coming down. Caps, you've got nowhere to go. And we will just be chipped away. The death rate from Larsen is the second kill of the game away from dying. And Trimby just overstepped a slight bit because of it. Depth charge going down onto Trimby. Comp though trading back onto Mickey with Malrang on his way. And Flash Glacial Prism a possibility. Mickey has Flash. Instead he goes for Hansama. Only lands the slow Hansama. Only the exhaust on him. And because he doesn't have that escape.
It was a possibility, but regardless, G2 get punished.
Oh, Nature's Grasp being used here. Marin's going to try and block it for Larsen. Does exactly that. Larsen rooted underneath the tower, though. Somehow surviving for an absolute Aeon, but in the end, Yike will get G2 on the board.
Looks like he got escort their bot lane towards this tower to try to get as much damage on it as possible.
But they can also try and catch out Mickey as he tries to roam up, and that's exactly what they do. Bullet time coming out. Comp down to about half HP, but already Mickey has fallen. Caps coming in from the side. Marin's going to try and flash across this wall, but the bullets chase him home. Caps now in the midst of the camp. Storm will fall as well. Cannot survive Trimby's assault. Hansama trying to do what he can. Yike's going to join the party. They'll go for Larsen. Hansama trying to get on the board again. A second for him in the fight. Koi forced to retreat down towards the bottom side. Can Trimby get away? Yike looked for the slow from the Nature's Grasp, but couldn't quite find it. The Bramble Smash, in fact, the slow from the Make It Rain won't be enough, so they'll back away. They don't have vision on the river either. Now, Trimby stayed here.
What's going on here?
Comp's going to get hooked. Trimby looking for the tide away from behind. The Nature's Grasp coming out as well, but Trimby's on the wrong side of dodge. Bullet time into the roots. Lands his mark, and Hansama gets his third. Make it his fourth of the game. G2 on a tear.
Massive blunder by Koi.
Yeah.
Easy mistake.
That would have been a colossal mistake.
Understandable mistake.
But
gameplay sim was so
it's funny
similar.
because it was actually Kadril that, because he often goes so far. Hang on, hook.
Onto Malrang. Depth charge onto
This is a
Larsen as
massive
well.
fight for
TP's
G2.
coming in. Nature's Grasp coming in from the side as well. Malrang trying to get away. Trimby is the root, but look at the damage! It's a bullet time and it sends them all to hell. Larsen has to flash away. Caps still on the chase, but G2 just
style in these lanes or in the jungle that can bring a different style. Koi.
Nature's Grasp comes in. There's the knockback as well with the cask. Instead, Malrang will fall. But Jigenda gets onto the backline, and now it's all on Koi. What can you do? A beautiful Gnar means the Caps will fall, but Koi still retreating underneath their tower. Hansama falls away so low. One more auto would be enough, but they just can't get in range. G2 will walk away.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep. It's quite crazy, yeah. And I mean, this is one of the big things. Koi coming in as his replacement, Comp rather coming in as his replacement, but we're setting it for this fight.
Well, Mickey just hooked the wall there. I think he wants to engage though.
Jigenda just went into mini Gnar. TP coming in. There's a Nature's Grasp once again. Malrang will be on the front line. He goes in. They step forward, but the bullet time hasn't even been used yet. Caps on the back line just assassinates Trimby. Now Comp is next up. You can cleanse all you want, but you can't cleanse death. The ultimate CC for Koi as they are forced away once again.
And Caps just does Caps things once more. He's been struggling in this game, but he makes a beeline for the back.
Work for G2 there, and we've got another fight here. Mickey's getting caught.
Very deep. TP coming out as well from Broken Blades as they look to join the fight. Nature's Grasp into the bullet time. Dodge that, Koi. G2 just cleaned them up in the jungle. Koi thought they found something, but all they find is an early grave as they are wiped away once again. Jigenda will fall. Caps is just tower diving 2 towers here. Broken Blade wants a piece of the party. Take notes, he says.
And we'll see what Koi can do on this last defense.
No TP flank for Jigenda. His teleport still on cooldown. Inhibitor tower falls in the bottom lane as Koi look for some last vestige of hope. Some last light at the end of the tunnel. It might just be a game 2 angle for them. As Comp puts the culling down, but Mickey can tank that for quite a while. Look for the hook there. Once again, the minion meets an early grave.
Maybe the Infinity Edge is what Koi's waiting for here. They don't want to pull the trigger just yet, but G2 definitely do.
There's the Nature's Grasp once again, looking for the inhibitor here. Tidal Wave used, won't hit the bullet time, it was just wide. Larson taken out in the midst of it all as Hansama gets another one on the board, and now Comp is up.
It's over.
Mickey continues to land the hooks. Trimby forced to flash away, Hansama diving the inhibitor tower. And as you say, K-Drop, it's all done, but the Nexus falling, it's all over. But the final death knell here for Koi. 3 members strong, they can try and defend, but G2 attacking the towers and their minions will keep the backdoor bonus alive. Broken Blade forces Malrang away, the Nexus towers fall, followed by the Nexus. G2 unwilling to end it yet, they want a little more time in the spotlight, time in the sun.
Doinby days when you're playing Nautilus and Malphite, and
it also reminds me of the Zac mid that Caps brought out earlier in the season and was playing at Worlds last year. You know, a tank mid laner that has some engaged. Larson, you're going to catch the wave. Okay, Shigenda is going to deal with Broken Blade. Now, Broken Blade has the Ghost, has used it already.
He's going to run to the towers. He's going to get the towers. He's going to get the wolf. He's going to get the wolf. He's going to get the wolf.
It's so spicy.
What is this? What? This is hate. Here, what's he going to do? Let's just focus on Malrang.
He's going to Hex Flash over to the red. He's going to Hex Flash over to the
Gank top. He's got no flash top. He's got no flash. He's got no Ghost. Remember Adam's Olaf? We might see a repeat of it in this game, guys.
It's first blood.
Broken Blade goes forward. Shigenda, very willing to accept him. He's dead. He's just going to sack to the tower. Make sure that Malrang doesn't get an assist here. Shigenda will take the kill.
Not bad, honestly.
Overall, first blood, the gold lead.
He's not really going to do anything off the back of it because he's stage 1.
He's got no flash.
He's
But Yike is here. He's going forward. Yike looking for it. There's the stun locked up. Cocoon comes out as well. The Caps on the 2, looking for some death in Lavender.
Malrang wait straight from bottom to top.
Here he goes. There's the Ghost. Broken Blade, no flash. Malrang locked up though, and Yike once again in the right place. Gobbles him down. A delicious banquet.
Use the repel to commit.
Caps
Of course he's bot. Of course he's bot.
That Glacial Prism onto Trimby. Doesn't quite land the CC. Caps tanking the tower. Trimby though sniped from long range as Hansama takes him, and now Koi. Comp is in for a world of hurt. A double for Hansama, and it's falling apart at the seams for Koi.
They're ganking top. They're ganking on Mickey.
Trimby caught out here, rooted up. Chain of Corruption did hit, and Trimby just doesn't have a moment to breathe, doesn't have a moment to live.
The first time in a long time that we've seen a very similar style work to great success in the early game.
Here they go again.
Trimby locked up, all 4 members of G2 down here, and Trimby has nowhere to go once again. Just assassinated, one more auto's enough. Yike steals his soul, Comp clears the wave. But now, can Comp survive?
And look at the mini-map. Comp's dead. He's as good as dead. And Broken Blade's catching mid-wave. Actually, TP coming in. Maybe they're going to protect.
Just locked up by himself. They're trying to protect.
They're double TP.
Double TP. Chain of Corruption coming in. Larson low already. He's eaten again. It's a double for Yike. They're looking for more. Shigenda goes all out to try and defend for Comp. Now once again underneath the tower. Now there is a long wait for the next minion wave. But instead they put the Herald down to tank the tower. Comp is going to try and kill himself on the enemy turret in-game to make sure that Hansama and Caps can't get any gold out of it, but he can't get there quickly enough. Hansama's on a killing spree, and G2 are demolishing.
Sad to say, well, G2, we'll see what play they look for next. Caps and Yike teaming up. Larson can't even enter his own jungle. Larson, don't do it. Don't
you
go
walk
that
away
way.
from the safety of your tower, and immediately you're locked up. A beautiful death for Larson as Yike gets his 4th of the game.
In trouble. Koi looking for their first kill. I've seen Broken Blade do crazier things.
Yep. Uses the Ragnarok, dodges the all-out, now turns his attention over to Trimby. Trying to get those autos down, but just can't do it. Something on the map, the first tower of the game perhaps, and should be able to secure it with one more auto attack. He'll take it, gets the bounty, but a little consolation prize it is for him. More of a participation trophy than anything measurable as Yike gets his...
But here with Belvet, they're pulling it off.
Where are you going, Comp? Not many places it feels. He dashes away, but Yike will chase him down. The Endless Banquet has begun. Yike sees the TP behind them, and now they're in a 2v4. Shigenda trying to get into the action. Yike dodging away as much as he can, but he's going to get rooted up for a second. Continues to dodge and to dive and to dip away from it all. And G2 now in the chase. They don't like it when you isolate 2 of their players, and instead they'll try and ban
because you don't know where anything's going, kind of. So yeah, you can see it, that 4-5, right? You think the Sejuani is going jungle.
Shigenda just TP'd to this tower, and he is already dead as Yike goes godlike. G2 are pushing for the win, as much as I like story time with the lads. I think the end of the game might be very imminent. Here it goes.
Imminent.
Imminent.
Here it comes. Hansama. I thought he was tanking the tower for a second then. The first tower will drop. Koi faltering. The damage just from the E.
Yike's going forward, he's looking for more. Once the kill onto Trimsy, Hans Summer takes it instead. Comp and Marang forced back into the fountain. Larson forced to the last remaining turret on the map for Koi. And in one of the most convincing games I have seen in a long, long time, G2 will go
with the form of the Sivir engage, potential flank options if Noah can find a way into the backline. Whereas G2, well, they kind of do G2 things where they have a lot of ability to kite back.
No camps down here, though. I think he's scared of Yike going and attacking his bot side, but it looks like they're going to base.
I don't really blame him for Yike being pretty strong and pretty scary, as on Lilia he's gone 3-0 so far in the LEC. He looks for a mid-gank here. Gonna dive Larson, they're gonna do it as they go in. Cap splashes away, but Marang's in the right place at the right time. First blood. Yike tanks up a tower.
Oh my god!
Oh, it's a tragedy.
I just put up a graphic saying how good he was. Broken Blade. Oh, Marang's here though. Yike looking for it. Shigenda trying to build up their Mega Gnar. Can't quite get it. No flash on the Gnar. Remember, Broken Blade flashing forward, but he can't get in range. The undertow, he doesn't have the mana for it. The Conqueror. Look at the Conqueror. Look at it go. Look at him. No need to farm camps when you can farm foes as he gets Yike underneath the tower. And remember, no Yike, no flash. The Swirl Seed wide. And the Swifty boys are here to party.
Marang and Shigenda. Uh-oh.
Marang, Glacial Prism. Yike caught out in his jungle. Like Bambi taken down by the boar there.
This has got to feel good for Marang after like
No cleanse on hands.
The rift comes.
Surprise!
There it is. He cooked up a spicy meal for Hans Summer. And Hans will be feeling that one in the morning as Marang...
But, oh, I'm going to have a look back at this play.
He's on a ward here, Caps.
Oh,
But Trimby doesn't know that he's on a ward. He tried to poke him.
I see, okay. Yeah.
And it's the jump again, I presume. And he jumps over the wall.
Easy kill for Caps there.
Nice deduction.
Window where they could look to fight here, but no Hans Summer.
No ult, so yeah, like I said, on mid-jungle. Comp's on the way.
See it on Marang.
Shigenda's on the way, Hans on the way. Both teams want to stall a little bit.
Yeah, Hans is quite far away though. He's only just getting into the G2 jungle. Mickey looking for the hook there as Caps jumps forward, but Marang immediately dives onto him. And Caps is ticking away. Trimby takes him. Mickey next up as he'll get stunned in the bush. It's a double for Trimby. And even without their ultimates, Koi still come out on top.
I love the way Koi's draft works against G2s, because G2 has to go forwards, Tristana has to go forwards, Nautilus, Olaf, all these champs, and they just put a Heimer turret down. They have a Mega Gnar in your face, and the Azir and Sivir are free.
Knowing the Azir ultimate is down to start up this dragon.
Flip it.
They're gonna try. Hook goes in from Mickey. Comp going in with the ult. Now Larson's still not in this fight. Remember, but Noise Broken Blade. They've locked down Caps. They CC chain him. The loading lullaby being used as well. Yike trying to get the damage down on the backline, but Shigenda with a great Gnar across the side manages to isolate G2, and they'll be wiped away in the river. The turning tides in favor of Koi.
Only 2 members full for Koi, the jungle support, but the solo lanes, the carries and Comp managed to pull it off. Broken Blade's alive. He just solo killed Marang off screen there. Massive sleep from Yike, but no follow-up.
Exactly. Koi is definitely
TP behind. They're looking for the flank here on Yike and Hans Summer.
Larson's gonna shuffle.
Larson has the shuffle. Doesn't even need it to get onto Hans Summer, though. Hans Summer will be felled by Marang and Koi and Comp. Yike trying to get away, but he's shuffled back, though. Loading lullaby only onto Larson. Pops a stopwatch to make sure that he can't be as spicy as what G2 can bring us. When they get in this position, they are impossible to fell, impossible to put behind.
Comes the dive.
Looking for it. Mickey hooks a minion. Ooh. Caps has to flash away. Buster shot coming out as well. Looking for the floating lullaby. Won't be able to get it. Marang doing so much work in this fight. Can't be able to walk back to his minion line, but G2 now starting to open up. Broken Blade finds one. Comp has to flash. No flash for Broken Blade. Mickey has one neither, but Marang might get hooked here. Mickey's still on the chase. Super minions in the base of G2, but they are hungry for blood, as Hans Summer will eventually back away to clear out those minions.
Well, the dragon is up. No jungler, but something that Broken Blade is going to make a beeline towards. Hans Summer on his way there. Koi, they overforced the dive. A situation that they had pushing minions top and mid. They just had to buy their time, use their range, chip away at the tower. They had a few seconds left on the Baron as well, but now with Malrang alive, G2, they're going to be forced to disengage. They need their jungler here. And remember, they can afford to lose this, but if they had been able to pick it up, it would have been a nice gold influx to try and close the gap and the deficit that they now find themselves in.
So let's look at the gold. 6,000 deficit now for G2. I think it was around 10, 11,000 5 minutes ago. Koi giving up over some gold to G2, and they lost the bot tier 1, the tier 2, the tier 3, I think, as well, or something along those lines with objective bounties. Now they lost this fight and gave over shutdowns. It looked good though. Shigenda gets the stun, caps his 1 HP, then Malrang, watch him here. Q's past Broken Blade, lands it across the corner, but it's Comp tanking the tower, which forces him back, and then Hansama's free hitting because they were focusing down onto the Lilia. Overstep by Koi, they juggled the tower for so long that it was doing too much damage. Big shutdowns over to Broken Blade.
Yeah, it was a situation where Koi likely felt that they could just steamroll the fight, and fortunately they could. Now the bright side for Koi is that it's not a bad situation to be in, right? You're allowed to make mistakes when you have this type of a gold advantage, so the game is still very firmly in their control, and you see how Comp held on to clearing the minion waves so that he could wait for top and mid to catch up. Now they're entering the base, and now they're threatening the tier 3 tower once again.
Tower nowhere near as healthy this time, nor is Caps down to half already from the Larson poke with the soldiers. Mickey looking for something. Broken Blade trying to get onto Comp, but he's just shredded where he stands. Comp continues to kite backwards. He's looking for Larson, but he can't get it. And now Koi can open up. Face call. Pulls back 1. Mickey goes back in. Larson with the stopwatch. Yikes gonna fall. Mickey 2. And Caps and Hansama can only stand and watch. The last defense is not enough. A penta for Comp to close it out and to start Koi's comeback in this series.
Massive step up from the carry of Koi. Second pentakill, I believe. He had one at Malmo. He's got one here as well.
Does mean that Caps has opened up a little bit more on the map, but you do have the protection of, you know, Chain of Corruption down towards that bottom side. The Fate's Call from the Callista as well if you get to level 6. Top
as
they see him on the board
level
now.
up comes in.
Mickey flashes in. Here's the level 2. Combat's to flash away. Trimby trying to dance away from this one as well. Yike puts down a sapling. That will get the slow flash forward with a twisted advance and knock back, and Comp falls prey to the level 1. Trimby takes an answering kill. Trying to turn it around here with the red buff, but does still have the flash, has the cleanse. Mantra W, cleanse away by Trimby. Flashes back, but he missed the Q! Comp respawns. Malrang's on his way down here. Now, what do we got in terms of sums? None for G2's bot lane. Malrang stands on a wall.
Needs to cover this, otherwise bot lane is over.
Yike is stealing away Razorbeaks while all of this is happening. He won't be able to get here in time. G2, all hands to the pumps, all defense on. Boomerang going out. Looking for the knockup, they can't get to Hansama. Instead, they go for Mickey. Comp is tanking the tower, but Comp will get one. TP coming in from Caps as he joins the party. He's looking for Comp, and the damage is coming down to bomb! Double bomb from Caps! That's truly a bomber if I've ever seen one. Trimby now.
He's going to stop his base here to try to get it in.
Yeah,
and that's when Koi strike.
They look for it. Comp is low here. No flash, no heal. Ignite is ticking, and Comp will fall, but Hansama next up. Trimby gets another. Malrang chasing in here as well. You can see Yike tentatively thinking, can I join? Not in time. It's a double for Trimby. And who's the AD carry now? The Callista is online.
Trimby
From Broken Blade to
dive.
dodge away from the Gnar. Lots of damage onto Broken Blade though, and no real minion wave for them. Shigenda goes into the mini Gnar, flashes away. Caps has a flash of his own. Buster shot explosive is enough. Malrang facing off against Yike down towards the bottom side, and now Yike is on the wrong side of the rift. Looks like it might just be a 1-for-1 trade in the end. Yike puts down the Nature's Grasp, but no escape from Malrang. Broken Blade running away. Larson gets a couple of resets. Could look for a little bit more here, but with the undertow connecting, I think Larson will just be looking to catch this wave.
Clear out everything G2 have, and Malrang.
Oh, 32 HP on it, couldn't get there in time. He's trying to dodge away from all of these saplings, but he may have gone a little bit too far now. He's going to get slowed.
Trouble.
Doesn't have flash, has cease and desist. Could go in onto Caps, immediately dives in. The charm coming in as well. They look to isolate Caps. Can they take him down? They can't. Caps on a rampage now. Mickey on the chase, double Spirit Rush available for Larson.
It's interesting that he dashes over to try to steal it when it's bot lane based. Broken Blade diving top.
Red buff Ragnarok going in. Mega Gnar coming out from Shigenda though. The extra health might be enough. Broken Blade flashes and gets the solo bolo.
Later into this game, the amount of utility that G2 have. Caps goes in onto Comp.
Trimby's on his way though. Chain of Corruption coming out. They're going to turn it back around with a face call. Caps has nowhere to go in the shutdown. Goes over to Comp. Just funnel the money into his pockets. Mickey next up. They're on the chase and underneath the tower. Mickey can only die. A double for Comp. And what a comeback in the bot lane for Koi. This tower, Broken Blade's going to push it in. And that will be a tier 1 falling. Dragon starting, Malrang going in. Look at the Caps once again. Once again, the buffer jump. Nature's Grasp coming out as Yike tries to lock up Larson, but off towards the top side of the fight. Mickey's already been assassinated. Now Broken Blade is looking to Ragnarok, and Ragnarok on his way through Trimby. And the Callista can only do so much to get out of it. A shutdown going over to Hansama in the end as he gets the kill. The Dragon secured as well for G2. Shigenda going in, but Larson can't get in range to get the charm up in time. And Undertow connects the Ravenous Hydra. Doing quite a lot of work. The arrow not enough.
I think he was.
That was
But they're looking for no flash on Yike. This could be a pick here for Koi if they want to commit.
But instead, they've gone for Mickey. Cease and desist used on him. Larson's going to try and get away from Yike. The chase on for Mickey. He will fall. Larson escapes up towards the top side. Don't see if he used the ultimate there.
A good pick from Koi, punishing Mickey out of position. Did lose him his flash as well, or rather did cost him his flash. G2 though.
Oh, Larson did use the ult, and Yike's going for the chase here. It's Demonic Radiant Virtue. I think Yike actually might win these. TP coming in. Nature's Grasp.
He's dead.
Like, Nature's Grasp behind him, but as you say, may very possibly be dead. Twisted Advance. Marang holds onto the queue. Nature's Grasp coming out, but that's a jungler dead. Hans Summer's on the wrong side of the rift, as is Caps. Baron, a possibility here, Veddy, as you call for it.
I mean, Larson is pretty
a little bit in terms of vision, but he can use it against them.
Broken Blade going all the way around here. Was spotted.
Hello.
He cleared out that ward. Nature's Grasp coming out. Larson has the Spirit Rush. Comp might get caught here. Tries to dodge between the two. Does still have the flash, but Caps is diving forward. Face Call's going to lock him up. Chain of Corruption coming out as well, but Yike body blocks perfectly. Instead, they go on to Caps with the cease and desist. Comp and Trimby are dead on the back line. Now it's on to Marang, Larson, and Shigenda to win this 3v3. Broken Blades running forward with the Ghosts. They're going to try and disengage, but Hans Summer opens up. Stopwatch from Larson, but all he's going to be met with is a Boomerang Blade. Hans Summer takes him out, and G2 win the fight.
3 for 2 in favor of G2.
Going
Towards Baron. TP's coming in. I think they realized that they have a little bit of tempo on this top side. How fast can they get it down, though? Their champs aren't that quick at doing damage. Nara's probably the highest DPS here. Trimby's almost dead from tanking it.
Can jump out of the back of the pit if needs.
I don't know if they can finish this. Trimby's going to die.
Might die to the Baron. Doesn't yet. Koi will disengage. Yike on the chase. Nature's Grasp, an option for him. Marang will take the honey fruit. Nature's Grasp coming out. G2 looking for something more out of this fight. Yike going in, Twisted Advance already. Shigenda down to half HP. Face Cool gets Comp out of danger, but Broken Blade still on the chase. Flash forward. There's one. Yike takes it. Larson and Shigenda now on the wrong side of the rift. Larson's going to try and Spirit Rush away, but all his rushing is met with G2. Hans Summer on a killing spree now. Marang looking for Caps, and he won't get him as he buffers away the jump once more.
Oh, he knocks it back
with a buster shot. You just can't get on Caps. He's dancing around Marang, socially distancing him, as Shigenda's chased down by Mickey. Now, Shigenda does win out on the pure 1v1, but Hans Summer doesn't like it when people hit on his support and will take him out. The flash away from Shigenda is only going to buy a little bit of time, as Yike can cut this off if he wants. Actually, might buy more time than I was expecting. Comp, though, stepping forward. Broken Blade will chase him out, and he does manage to kill off Mickey. Broken Blade, though, will
hang on a minute.
Take out Comp. Yikes, now catching up with Shigenda.
Still alive.
With the Mega Shigenda walks out. What the hell? Baron delayed.
The W buffer we've seen multiple times from Caps. It's no easy thing to do.
This looks like a bit of a sticky situation. Larson's going to try and get away. Twisted Advance, a possibility, but a good charm from Larson. Marang going in, they're looking for Hans Summer instead. He smites the spell shield, and Hans Summer falls. Now Koi, surrounded by 4 members of G2, as Broken Blade once again goes on a rampage in the midst. Larson with a stopwatch, Shigenda wasn't there. And even though they kill off Hans Summer, the rest of G2 pounce.
The bot lane can't move, can they? Comp and Trimby are just sitting ducks. Broken Blade's just destroying them next to Yike. There's nowhere they can go. Well played by Malrang. Take a bow. Really good engage next to Larson on the hands, but what can Comp and Trimby really offer in these fights?
Oh, they're looking for Mickey. Caps now locked up. Gale forces. Yike trying to get in the back of the pit. The buster shot going out as Yike jumps over the wall. Malrang's got to pop a stopwatch. Shigenda into the mini Nar form. Caps goes into the pit. Malrang still surviving for a moment. Shigenda kills Caps. Malrang gets away. Oh, baby! These two titans will not fall to the floor. It's round 3.
The objective.
Sorry.
See a bit of a fight happening.
Had to flash away, but Mickey's being caught. Shigenda and Larson find the enemy
still
support.
Being chased. He's still being chased.
Comp is still being chased up by Caps. Now Mickey will fall. It's not sole point for Koi. It is for G2 if they take this Drake. Hans Summer caught out by Malrang. Stopwatch to get away from the cease and desist, but that spell shield's already been used, and now he burns the flash. Comp joins back in. It's solo kills Caps. Cobbs finally finds a moment where he's left alone for the fight, but it might not even win it for Koi. Shigenda forced down towards the bottom side. Malrang trying to get in here as well. Yike's going to eat some honey fruit, gobble those up. Num 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 as he looks for a little bit more action here. Malrang stepping in. Trimby, Comp, and Shigenda, what can you do? Boomerang. Shigenda trying to build up that Mega Nar.
Watch Malrang.
Watch Comp, the sapling. Comp, the sapling.
From both sides of the sapling. Fate's call to save him from the sapling. It's the best mechanical play I've seen in years. Shigenda now building up that Mega Nar form. Malrang, how long on your ult? Still a quarter of the cooldown left on it.
Mickey's back alive. He's making his way back towards the fight. Larson, 20 seconds, has the teleport as well. Caps will be up before him, though, but he has no TP, so he will have to run to the fight. The dragon has been started. Malrang on the flank.
Malrang gets onto Mickey once again. The saplings, the boomerang. Comp chipped away. The dragon secured that soul. Mickey forced low, but he flashes forward as he looks for more. Shigenda taking the blue buff. Yike looking for the flank position here. Nature's Grasp, will it find its mark? Comp goes back in. Doesn't get caught with the rubes, but Malrang sacrifices himself for his AD carry. And in the end, after all that, G2 get the soul and should be able to secure the Baron.
Absolute chaos! What the hell's going on? Koi end up losing the fight. G2 are on the Baron now. I think that's it. No.
Shigenda gets Goomba stomped by Caps, and there's nowhere for him to go. Broken Blade chased off the rest of Koi, and although Larson's finished that Rabadons, it might be a little bit too late for Koi right now. Super Minions pushing in the top wave. In the next minion wave, this one still only has a cannon to bolster it. Koi do have relatively good wave play with the poke from the Varus with the REQ, and they will do exactly that, but all that G2 are doing is delaying for the minion wave in mid. Broken Blade will escort Caps rooted, gets the buster shot down! The Nature's Grasp now coming out. G2 looking for a little bit more out of the action as Caps has already fallen. Hansama stepping forward, Trimby low on HP.
Broken Blade's the biggest problem, you just highlighted it there.
Flanking.
Larson is, how can you flank? There's so many saplings, but they have to get in here somehow.
Flash from Yike looking for Larson, the charm going wide as well, and Larson can stop time for a second, but with the TP coming in, Spear rush away, Larson surviving, Caps going forward, Caps lands the final shot and then pops a stopwatch of his own. Shigenda trying to get into the backline, but Broken Blade is running them down. The blade that was broken has been reforged, and G2 will destroy Koi in the river. The Guardian Angel can only watch as Malrang goes down for a second time. A triple to Hansama, and the base in tatters around Koi.
The collapse from Yike onto Larson sealed the deal for G2, and they'll look to end the series right now.
G2 make a date with Destiny in the finals once again. The new look for a new roster continues. G2's winning.